Hello and welcome. This is Janet Skates, and today I've been digging things out of the closet, canvases, and I have a whole stack here of canvas and I have no idea what I was doing with the black ones, but I have a whole stack that are partially recovered or in the process of adding layers. So I pulled them all out from here and there. And I thought today I would just show you what I do with them when I'm moving in another direction. So I have out on my palette some gesso, some Titan Buff fluid acrylic, some titanium white, and some Titan Violet Pale. These are both heavy body. I just picked some things out because I don't just want to paint them white. I'm really wanting to get a layer of background on there for wherever these go after this. Sometimes I come in and incorporate color and cover with different colors, but today I kind of just want a clean slate, but not just a solid white. So if I'm covering over like the black, for example, I will use gesso for that. And but for this one, I think I'm going to go with some with a little bit of color mix off the white. So, and I may even mix some of this gesso with the Titan Buff, and then just to soften it up just a little, I'm going to add some of the Titan Violet Pale. And while I'm sitting here with the paint out, you know, I may add more than one layer to these, so that I love too that I get this soft background. You can see through that transparent, and I just love that because I've almost got an entire, well, I do have an entire background there with the texture. The texture's there, and then a whisper of this previous scene. So I may not even cover this up again. I like this, like the way it is now, and then come in and paint over that. So there's one down. And I'm gonna do the other one that's like that really quick. Yeah, that turned out a happy accident because I didn't realize it was gonna show through so beautifully on here. So I get little hints of the color from behind. That's how, when I'm painting, I always talk about if you paint something you don't like, or you paint up something on your work that you're doing, a portion you don't like, layer, because those layers are part of the story of the painting. That's why I'm not big into just flat out covering something up. For me, that's just another chapter in the story of our painting. So I've got this fabulous, again, texture and color, and it's so funny. I've got these stacked up everywhere, like they're just piling up, and all the corners drying. All right, so for the black, now this, though it's black, I don't remember what I was doing when I painted these black. I have no idea. That's fun. But you'll notice that going over the black, and this is gesso that I'm using now just to get some coverage of that black, you'll notice that the texture is still so beautifully visible on this black. So all of that work that was done previously, we're not just making it go away. We're using it. It's becoming part of the next piece that we're creating here. So these are little, I think I've got 6x6, 8x8, and a 10x10 gallery wrap canvas. And you know, gallery wrap is the 1.5 inch depth. So you can get the canvas that's about 3/4 inch deep, and then you get the gallery wrap that's a little deeper. I like working on the gallery wrap just because it's so sturdy and doesn't warp like the thinner ones. And you can hang these and not framed, just like they are, and they're so fun and they look so finished on the wall. And sometimes I will write or decorate with different things, or paint the sides of these as well. So just more space to have a good time. Let's do, now this has already got a pretty kind of a gray, so I think at one time this was a floral. So I am going to add some gesso here on the side where I've still got quite a bit of color, and then use the mix of the colors on my palette for the front. And when you're doing things like this, if you're digging some things out of the closet and getting to work on them, you can use a sponge, craft sponge. I just tend to paint roughly heavy with the paint, and I destroy sponges. So I like to use a brush for what I'm doing. But that's just me. Craft sponges are awesome to use as well. Oh, this warm is lightening up that gray, and the gray, I think, too, is going to show through here and there. Make a fun background. This, too, has quite a bit of texture here on the bottom. These are going to be great because these small works are really fun. They're fun to do. I tend to paint big. If you follow me or my work, you know I'm usually painting a little larger scale, but I like to work on the small ones too. And winter months are here for us here in the United States, and I'm setting myself up for some projects. So one more coat around the edges here. And while I'm painting, let me mention, if you have any questions or comments, you can leave them underneath the video, and I'm happy to answer questions. I appreciate your comments and your questions, and I share what I know. I'm so happy to share what I know, and what I don't know, we can learn together. So, and you can follow to see finished works too on my Instagram at Janet Skates Art on Instagram. So just mentioning those ways to keep in touch with me. All right, and I'm going to do one. Oh, here's another one. Let's do this one. This is an 8x8. So we're just going to have fun with all these different sizes. Now the sides of this one have not been painted, so I'm not even going to worry about those. Lighten that up a little. Oftentimes I will get started painting on something, and before I'm even finished, you know, I've just moved in a different direction, and so I'll want to come in and start over on a work, just because it's just not going, I'm not at that place anymore. So that's something I do on large canvas as well as these little ones. Don't ever be afraid to cover up and start over, or layer and start over. That's part of the process, especially when, you know, if I'm away from my studio for a few days or something, then I come back and I'm like, oh, I don't know what I was thinking when I started this or that. So I just start something new. You don't have to become attached to everything that we put down. That Titan Violet Pale is so beautiful. I just love working with this. It's just a lovely, lovely light, soft shade. All right. I've got a couple more to go, but I'm gonna end the video, so because you probably don't want to watch all of these. But know that I will be posting video and photos of these little ones as I get started, and I'm gonna keep right on doing this. So I urge you to dig out some works, paper or canvas or board, whatever you're working on. Dig them out and mix up a little paint and get started on something new today. So I hope to hear from you soon. Follow me on Instagram, Janet Skates Art, and be sure and comment on YouTube and stay in touch. Thank you. Bye now.